Hey Aries, let's go. This is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. And this reading incorporates astrology and tarot cards. I'm an astrologer and tarot card reader, so I divine weekly messages for you that provide insights into the energies that's most impactful to you, to enable you to take control and use it to the best of your capabilities. So go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Aries comes out every single Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific. That's Los Angeles time. And there's always an extended reading for those of you who want to come along with me and go deeper. And you can get that through my Unbound membership as well. I hope that you'll consider that, where you'll get access to all the extended for the life of your membership, plus a bunch of other perks. So Aries, let's start off with the astrology. And this is a really impactful week for you astrologically because the Sun, Chiron, and now Mercury they're all in Aries and they're all combust. So they're really close to each other. What does that mean? It kind of means that they're working together. Like this energy, their energies are combining so closely that it feels like one energy. And this is a really beautiful energy that honestly all of us should be grateful for, because Aries is the first house. It's the house of the self. It's the house of the newness. It's the house of the create me and who am I and the impact of me on the world, right? The blessing that the individual itself is for the world. But we have Chiron there illuminating our mistakes and reminding us not of how we fucked up, but what we can learn from the ways that we have messed up in the past. How suffering and how pain actually teaches us to be better versions of who we are. And with Mercury there, it's like, bam, I can figure it out. I can realize it, I can know it, and I can have faith in it and believe it. And with the Sun there, it's just like, bam, watch me shine. Not from a place of arrogance, not from a place of impetuousness, not from a place of look at me and demonstrativeness, a place of experience and wisdom. Chiron and Mercury are really forming an energy of wisdom that radiates right now through the becoming of the self. And that is such a beautiful energy for you to be aware of. Another energy you need to be aware of is Mars conjuncting Saturn, which lasts for about 4 days this week, but especially on the April 4th and April 5th. Now, what does that do? Mars is your ruling dignitary, so whatever it is, wherever it is, it's always going to impact you. It is still in Aquarius energy, making it the master innovator, wanting to make changes, wanting to try new things, get it going, like experiments and trials and ingenuity, all that stuff. But it's coming into conjunction with Saturn, and Saturn is the energy of restriction and rules and responsibilities and maturity and growing up. And did you do this good enough? And ultimately, both of them in that conjunction are now squaring the nodes, the north and south nodes. So this is really the gentle reminder of where are we in our process? Where are we in what we're creating? And are we really creating it up to standards, our own standards? It's also the energy of feeling like imposed upon, feeling like you've got to like force either somebody's forcing themselves on you or you're forcing yourselves on others. It could even kind of have a bullying energy, kind of like trying to dominate who runs the roost. It could create a feeling of, especially in Aquarius, like the shepherd, like herding sheep, but also kind of the shepherd thinks the sheep are really fucking stupid and need to be led. So it could be a kind of frustrated and frustrating energy for those 4 days, especially during those 2 days when it's in perfect conjunction. But I also think it will kind of inspire you guys. Yeah, this can really serve to inspire you to kind of up your game and almost kind of realize, what do I think about it? When Mars and Saturn conjunct, I almost feel like it's the son and the father fighting. You know, it's like the son who wants to prove himself going up against the big old silverback gorilla. You know, and it's a coming of age. It's a coming of age. That's what it is. So this is really a coming of age moment for you. And what's happening in Aries is going to actually illuminate it and make it a beautiful experience despite its frustrations and despite its combative nature. We also are really in benefit of the conjunction that's happening at the same time as the conjunction between Saturn and Mars is a conjunction between Neptune and Jupiter, which is going to see beauty and possibility and optimism, and it's actually a really lucky time for you, right? It's a really lucky, luminous time for all of us, especially with Venus there being like the perfect fucking cheerleader and ultimate optimist to like make this world just seem absolutely so beautiful and wonderful. And maybe those rose-colored glasses that we're all going to be wearing will actually help us take the chances and get into the fights, not real fights, but like confrontations that we need to get into in order to assert ourselves and, you know, step out as who you're meant to be. So let's get into your cards. Aries. We have time to collaborate. And you will be collaborating with Saturn. Just kidding. Time to collaborate means, you know, you got to trust yourself enough to collaborate with somebody else. Now, time to collaborate could also be speaking of meeting somebody if you're at that point in your life. It could also, what it says is it's a good time. It's a good time to work together. Projects that you're doing in work, you'll be able to, you'll be expected to work with others in this energy. And with that conflict between Saturn, you could find kind of like that combativeness, that vying for supremacy. But in this energy, what it's going to do is it actually is going to make you better. It's like constructive competition is what it is. And then we have grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith, maybe you're relying on your team here, which is difficult when you have such individualistic energy. But honestly, the ultimate power of the individual is to understand how it fits among other individuals. When you're certain of yourself, you are so much more capable of working well with others. It's the people that are like little pansies that have to prove themselves, that are always vying for supremacy. Here, this is a sense of having faith in the fact that I can do this, that other people are capable. Have faith, or jump into a partnership, jump into a collective, jump into working with other people. Spirit has your back. So, this is really an interesting combination because it's coming out in a different order than it came out for everybody else. So Spirit has your back in a sense of you're going to win these fights. That's what it is. I mean, this is Saturnian energy. This is controlling energy. But it's almost like if it comes down to between you and somebody else, you're the one that's going to be selected. So why not put yourself out there and let yourself be seen and get yourself in the competition? Because you really are the one that Spirit is watching. You're bringing a level of wisdom that maybe you haven't brought to the table before. And ultimately, this will impress in this energy. Then we have in reverse, be playful. And this is Gemini energy. This ain't a time to play around. I don't think that you're going to be in a playful mood. It's not going to feel, the energy can feel heavier, but you're going to love the heaviness of it. You're going to kind of like monster in the gym, kind of like the fucking Hulk. You can't wait to lift the weight. It's kind of like that. You're just so ready. Maybe you've been training for this for a while. Maybe you've been actually training for something. But this is definitely the time when you can't wait to get out onto the field and ain't nobody going to stop you. Bring it on, bitch, right? That's kind of what it is. And it's not backed by your arrogance. Chiron makes sure of that. It's backed by your preparedness And that's giving you the leg up that you really need. Be playful. You ain't got time to play. That's why this is in reverse. And also with this energy in reverse, like you ain't going to say much. This isn't about talking. You're about doing. This is about taking action. I hope they're okay. We got a ton of sirens back out there. So you are not playing. Right? This is the time to get into the thick of it. This is the time to take the game seriously. Ooh. This is the time to take the game seriously. Not, I mean, let me say this. It's not too serious. You're just ready. You're just ready. Okay. We have... Okay. All right, let's do this. Second house energy, right? Taurus. The miracles are endless. So this week, the actions that you take will make for exceptional breakthrough moments in your life. Also, there are plenty of resources. Your resources are bountiful this week. There is a lack of worry. There is a lack of concern. There is a certainty. Money, food, you know, like all of those physical 3D resources in plethora. You ain't playing around. People are taking, let's put it this way. How can I, if I had to summarize this energy, people are taking you seriously. And that's why you should have a comfort level this week of getting out there and putting yourself forward. You're past the test, passing the test, especially if this test is not about words. Words, you're very few and far between right now. You don't want to talk, you want to do. But if you have like a physical test of some sort, whatever that is, this is one that you will demonstrate a great deal of leadership and aptitude on. Let's get more into this bountifulness. Let's do, why not? Mental conflict is over. You've been struggling with something. Thinking about something, you know, you needed to. You needed to. Conflict and struggle, this mental conflict, not being able to make a decision about something, worrying about something, worrying about physical resources, actual resources. These struggles are now over. Mental conflict is now in reverse. So you've made a decision about something, and you've not made a decision. You've made the decision, as in the decision that you want to make. Any kind of insecurities that you've had that may have convinced you to make a decision contrary to what your heart wanted will not be possible in this energy. You're just going to make your heart's choice. I don't mean your feelings. It's not about your feeling. Your heart is the megaphone for God. So this is your divine life purpose, right? It's not about my feelings. I feel cozy and safe. No, it's not about coziness. It's not about safety. This is not about that at all. This is about, I know who the fuck I am, and I'm making the choices for who the fuck I am. That's what this is about. And you're kind of done with any kind of feelings of guilt or, but I won't fit in, or, you know, why can't I figure this out? You'll figure it out. It'll be extremely clear to you, and you'll be confident in it. And then we have throat chakra. This is in the past. This is in the past. So what that's doing is giving me a little bit more insight into why you hadn't said something. You had something stuck. I don't know if you've been experiencing any kind of throat problems. Aries rules the head. Gemini rules the lungs. I think it's the lungs, right? Yeah. Taurus is usually the throat, but then you have Taurus energy here. It's like a frog is caught in your throat. When we have Gemini energy, like maybe something was like, it's almost like you had to say something, but you weren't saying it. You weren't making a statement. Something was unsaid. It's not that you weren't aware of it. And that's what the mental conflict was, right? You were holding back. You weren't saying it. You were scared, worried, suffering over honestly, you're suffering more from not saying it than you are from saying it. But the fear is what's keeping you from saying it. So ultimately, this has directly to do with just taking a leap of faith and getting it out. What's in the, obstacles and challenges is also coming in reverse. It's almost like it started out. So this is what's happening. You're overcoming challenges from the past. This is 5. You have 2 5s here. So something is shifting. It's shifting in your favor. It's turning itself, the situation's turning itself around so that it's finally going forward again and you're making progress again. I don't know what the fuck this is, but you know what the fuck this is, because it's the thing that was worrying you the most and making you suffer the most and that you were swallowing and not talking about. Well, now you're opening up and you're talking about it. You're making the statement. You're not afraid of who agrees with you or who disagrees with you. Obstacles and challenges started out upright, but then went reverse, which means those obstacles and challenges from the past, because of stuff that you thought you could never overcome, you are now overcoming them. You have now overcome them. You have now you have now conquered them. You've conquered the stuff from the past. I want to bring you back to the metaphor I used in the beginning of this reading, which was the silverback versus the gorilla, his son. You have got to face these conflicts and challenges. This is like the big, it seems absolutely immovable force. And Mars is like the action, the warrior, and then you have fucking Saturn, and Saturn is like, no, do it my way. It happens this way. And, you've got to come up against it. So this is you coming up against a system, a leader, an authority figure, and ultimately creating the new version of who the fuck you are because of it. You can't do it without this confrontation, but you are so ready for this confrontation. And whatever restrictions and whatever blocks that authority had for you, you have now overcome them. You've come out, you've talked about it, you've said it, you've addressed it. And I'm not saying this week is going to be easy. I'm saying it's going to be worth it. And you ain't looking for it to be easy. There's not one aspect of what you're going through right now that's trying to look for something that's easy. You don't want something that's easy. You want the big papa. You want the fucking confrontation with that motherfucker, because you know that's how you grow the fuck up. And you're ready to do that. Truth be told, finally seeing the truth, finally showing the truth, opening yourself up and letting people see what's actually going on inside, what actually is, what you feel, what you want, letting your heart out, not worrying about being exposed. You're not worrying about failure. You're not worrying about loss, because you know how to come back from those motherfuckers. You've learned. That's the power of Chiron. Once you learn how to use your failures, you're not afraid to fail anymore. Truth be told, exchanging gifts, this is also collaboration. This is that exchange of energy that's actually going to really, really benefit you, and people are helping you out. And then we have a great deal of peace. You find peace in action. So this is how you get to your tranquility and the tribe, really finding yourself where you belong. Once you tell the truth about yourself and you show who you really are, it becomes really, really clear where you fit in. And once you fit in with the people who actually get you, that level of community and happiness, I don't think is something that you've really experienced in a while. Mars, of course, is in Aquarius, which is the sign, which is the zodiac sign of community, of togetherness, of friendships, right? It is Aquarius, right? No, it's more community. Gemini is kind of friendships. No, Aquarius is friendships. Yeah. So, I know. Exchanging gifts. with your tribe, finding peace. You're sharing the spotlight with somebody. You may actually, in this confrontation, find the other person. That's why this card came out afterward. You're finding that this person is your fan. A fan of what you do because of how you do it so well. They're coming to you. I'm just going to say this to you right now. These opportunities, this person, this authority figure is actually coming to you. They're coming right to your doorstep being like, hey, Aries, you know, what are you up to? Because, like, I want you. They're coming right up to you. Because they see you now as an equal. It's like if you don't stick up to the big papa, you are always going to be the little kid. But once you assert yourself, you've already won. You don't even realize it, right? You've already won. As soon as you assert yourself as who you are, you have won. You have won because you are now no longer what they made you. You are what you made you. And now they're like, oh, hot damn. See, the only way I can work with that person, I can't push that person around. I got to work with you. I got to be your equal. I got to treat you with respect. We got to have fair exchanges. Yes, bitch, yes. Let's move on. I got to go on to tarot. Come join me. I'll see you guys there. Links are below. Bye.